So it is so nice this year compared to last year, whereas last year I was rushed and trying to get everything in the ground all in a hurry, all at once, because we were in the process of setting up our fencing, our garden fencing, just before kind of early spring, I guess you'd say, and we hit underground electric. And that began this long process of replacing all the underground electric, running new gas lines, and so on and so forth. That was a huge project. It really set us back to getting our garden planted by like a month. Because by the time we got our garden fence done, it was like, hurry up, get everything in the ground right now. And in the process of tilling our garden last year, we discovered that this property had been bulldozed, therefore stripped at some point, and so we were just working with this pure heavy clay. And yeah, we got stuff out of our garden, but it wasn't like this incredible harvest or anything, especially when you consider the square footage of our garden, which when our fencing for our garden is 7,500 square feet, but we've taken some of that out and fenced that off for like where the dog is now, the puppy. But considering the size of the garden, we really did not get the amount of food that you would think you would out of a garden this size. Planting in this last year was exhausting, to say the least. It was very tedious and time consuming. I basically felt like when we were planting our seedlings that we were kind of like just molding them with clay in place. It was ridiculous. Honestly, I'm surprised that anything actually grew out here. It was really bad. So we'll see. Hopefully it'll be a better year. Hopefully. All the potatoes are finally planted, but it's actually kind of windy and looks like it might rain now, which I really hope it doesn't, because I was hoping to get to work on the little chicken garden food plot thing that I was gonna do. We'll see. So while I'm waiting to see what the weather is going to do, I think I'm going to throw together a big breakfast casserole, because it's going to be a really busy week. And one thing that I like to have is a breakfast that is just ready to go when we're real busy. Oh my goodness, this puppy is shedding like something crazy. Yes, you're making a mess everywhere. Do you want to help me clean up, puppy? Do you want to help me clean up? You want to go outside? You want to come help me? All right, the weather isn't looking wonderful, so instead of working on my garden stuff today, I'm gonna do the next most fun thing, and that's clean the chicken coop. It keeps threatening to rain. In fact, it might be sprinkling a little bit. Hopefully it clears up later, because I'd like to at least see about getting our wheat planted today. I really do. I absolutely love the walk-in chicken coop. I don't have to go looking for my eggs anymore. And it's just nice to have everything, you know, easy access and all that. But I do kind of miss the convenience of the chicken tractors and how you don't have to clean them and all that. I mean, you have to clean the boxes now and then, but it's real simple. And not that cleaning the chicken coop is really that big of a deal. In fact, I probably only do it once every 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how much time they're spending in here. It's definitely, I think, more convenient to have the chicken tractors. But on the flip side, if you have chicken tractors, you have to move them all the time. There's always a trade-off for everything. Neither me nor my husband grew up with a family that homesteaded. I grew up very, very rural, and we always had a garden, and my dad hunted a lot, but it wasn't like any kind of like homesteading. And my husband grew up in a neighborhood where I don't think that his family really gardened or anything like that, but his grandma and grandpa always had a garden, and his grandpa raised cattle for beef. But if you'd asked me like 5 years ago, if I would be doing what I'm doing right now, I would have said, that's just crazy. Absolutely not. Now, we had done homesteading in a sense, probably like 13 years ago, that I think I've talked about just a little bit. But, you know, as things go, we just went right back into living the modern life and enjoying the luxury of that and all the negative that comes with it. But everything that we've done, we've pretty much had to teach ourselves. You know, we didn't have anybody to teach us these things, and we still don't, sadly. Everything we learn has to be through research and mostly just through trial and error. If you're somebody out there that's thinking about living this kind of lifestyle or dreaming about it, it's just going to be a lot of trial and error, and you can do it with absolutely no background in any of these things. Especially nowadays with the internet and YouTube and all that, it's so easy to look up and learn about anything that you want to. It's very possible and it's very doable. You just have to be willing to accept a whole lot of mistakes and failures along the way. But honestly, that's part of the beauty of the whole process. More and more of the people that knew how to do all of this stuff really, really well are leaving us. They're gone, you know, and a lot of knowledge is being lost of a lot of the simple things, you know. You can find out a lot of stuff online, but man, when you could just go ask Grandpa right next door how to do stuff, he knew exactly what you needed to do on your land because he lived there, farmed there his whole life. Way more knowledgeable than, you know, going on YouTube and asking questions. So I think with there being so few of us now that are still doing this and carrying this on, it's our duty to inspire the next generation of homesteaders and farmsteaders and things like that to continue on this tradition and share what we learn and encourage them to follow this lifestyle as well. Because if we don't continue to do that, then it's going to all be lost eventually. You know, it even smells like spring. I guess it's all the flowers. We're getting ready to plant our spring wheat, and kind of would have liked to have had it in like last week, but I think it'll still be all right. And it was like sprinkling a little bit earlier. Seems like it stopped now, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna just hit this one more time with the tiller before we spread our seed. And then to bury our seed, kind of to cover it, we're just gonna drag a chain across it and see how that goes.